You are suing Mr. Marcus Bell for $2,500 you say he owes you for invasion of privacy.
Me and my cousin, we actually found the GPS underneath my car. So he actually tried to track her. How did the GPS get on there, Marcus?
And you know good and well you were tracking her and you knew where she was going.
I did. I sure did. I just want to make sure that she's safe at all times. That's it.
So, Ms. Green, why are you continuing to read messages between Mr. Bell and Ms. Powers when the two of you have broken up?
Respectfully, Tasha is crazy.
For the first time, we're bringing justice to you. Your location is the courtroom, and the truth has nowhere to hide.
That tells me all I need to know. I understand you don't like each other. I don't care.
Judge Faith, a former criminal prosecutor, legal analyst, and now creator of the first courtroom where justice has no walls, filters, or boundaries. Only truth. Virtual Justice with Judge Faith.
Hey there, it's your favorite judge. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join the fastest growing court community on YouTube. Remember, virtual justice doesn't happen without you. So go ahead, subscribe, or risk being held in contempt. Miss Tasha Green,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are suing Mr. Marcus Bell
Yes, Your Honor.
for $2,500 you say he owes you for invasion of privacy. And, sir, you are countersuing for $1,500 for trespassing on your property.
Correct.
Okay, Ms. Green, I will start with you. I read your papers. I read your complaint, your answer, which you submitted into court. I understand the two of you were in a relationship and things took a turn for the worse. Very interesting turn of events between the two of you, but I'll hear from you first, Ms. Green. Why don't you give me some background and tell me about your relationship with Mr. Bell?
Thank you, Your Honor. We actually were in a relationship. A couple years ago, I met Marcus, and everything was nice. He was a gentleman. You know, we were looking at like vision boards of like our legacy and things we wanted to do. So we actually moved in together, and we were living together. So things were like, you know, picture perfect and whatnot. He was doing things, had breakfast in bed for me, you know, just like a gentleman would. And so that's how our relationship started. But things started to like move a little. He started moving funny.
Okay, and I'll get into what you mean by that because I have an idea from your papers. But Mr. Bell, what do you have to say about your relationship with Miss Green? Did things start out really well,
Absolutely.
as most
Absolutely.
relationships do? Mhm.
Absolutely. You know, everything was beautiful from the jump. You know, from day one, I knew I wanted to be with her. But I don't know if that was maybe, I guess, the quote unquote honeymoon phase or whatever. Or maybe she had on a mask this whole time, but she
What'd
turned
you like
into a
about her?
completely, I mean, everything, man. And she was so nice. She encouraged me every morning. You know, she had an encouraging word for me to go out throughout the day. She was cooking for me all the time. I mean, you know, it was perfect. She was amazing.
Okay, you said that to you that was the honeymoon phase because she turned into a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation.
Absolutely.
I know he didn't.
So what happened? Because you said that you thought he started spying on you. What happened, Miss Green?
Yes, exactly. So it was a lot of different things. Like when I would leave the house and then like I would see him pop up at the places I was at. Unannounced, didn't know anything, didn't say anything. So like it was this shop I go to get my oil change. It's like 23 minutes from our house that we stayed at. And he just popped up and was like, ooh, he was like, this the best oil change place in the city with a cold Gatorade popped up and I was thankful, like, okay, thank you, but how'd you get here? How'd you know? And I didn't say nothing, you know, just little red flags, like stuff like that. And he was moving weird. That I was like, he'll pop up or ask me about something. And I didn't say anything to him. Another time, like I had got food from Popeyes, right? Because I didn't feel like cooking. So I got food from Popeyes. I came to the house and he was like, oh yeah, I'm glad you cooked. I wasn't going to cook tonight. I knew you was going to go there. Well, how'd you know I was going to go there?
Wait, you mean he's saying to you that he's glad you brought food?
Yes. He said, I'm glad, he said, because I was going to cook, but I stopped. I knew you was going to stop there. How'd you know I was going to stop there?
I mean, was it a part of your routine that you would routinely pick up food on the way home?
No, we would all cook. Either I would cook or he would cook or vice versa. And this day I was just tired. It was my day. I said I was gonna cook. And so I actually went through the app. So how did you know I was going to get food if I ordered it through the app. I didn't say anything to you. So I was just like, talking to my cousin about the whole situation. It's like, yeah, cuz I don't know, something about Mark is just not sitting well with me. I'm like, I think we need to look into this more. And that's what we did. So I was like looking at my phone because we share like iCloud account. When you get together, we got phones and things like that together, which was all good. But I feel like he was a little more like knew my moves a little bit more than like find me. So I was like, we need to look at my car and see if we find a GPS or something.
Well,
And
hold
guess
on a
what?
second. Before
Okay.
you get into
Okay.
that, is that true, Mr. Bell? Did you know her moves? Were you watching her from afar?
I know her every move because we've been together. Hello, I know what she's going to do. I know most of her daily routine. Yes, I knew that.
So you knew that day she was going to get her oil changed?
Yes, I knew that. I did know that.
And you
How
showed
did
up
you?
23 mi Excuse me, Miss Green,
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Sorry.
Mr. Bell? So you drove 23 minutes away to bring her a Gatorade at the place where she was getting her oil changed for what reason? You
She
knew she was gonna
likes
be thirsty that day too?
she likes Gatorade. I like Gatorade. We have a fridge full of Gatorade. We both like Gatorade. So yes,
Well,
I,
sir,
I
they
wanted to
also
bring her some.
they also have a vending machine full of Gatorade, the place where they change oil. So why were you there to bring her a Gatorade?
But here's the thing. Why spend money on Gatorade when I can bring you one for free? We have a fridge full of 'em.
Okay, so you
23
were
minutes
just
though.
you were just being nice that day and said,
I'm
"I wanna
being
help
nice.
quench her thirst, and I'm gonna show up 23 minutes away from home with Gatorade."
Coming up,
Did you put a GPS tracker on your girlfriend's car without her knowing?
I'm not wanting to know where she's going. It's for her safety. You know it's crazy out here, man. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Sound like a good man, right? Yes.
You brought a witness with you today?
Yes, my new girlfriend, Miss Alicia Powers Young.
I think she's gone obsessive, Your Honor. I think she's obsessed with him. I think that's what it's turned to.
I'm gonna show up 23 minutes away from home with Gatorade.
Anything for my baby. Yes.
Okay, so why do you say, Miss Green, he sounds like he's just being a great partner for
Right.
you
Mhm. Sound like a
and
good man, right? Yes. But
shows
why did
up
I
and
end up?
he's willing, Miss Green, he's willing to drive 23 minutes just to bring you a cold drink. So why do you say, Miss Green, that there was something nefarious going on? What happened?
Because it was. And then guess what? Me and my cousin, we actually found the GPS underneath my car. Yes. So he actually had a tracker. How did the GPS get on there, Marcus?
What happened when you find out you said there's a GPS tracker on your car that you did not put there?
I did not put
What
there.
happened? What did you say? What happened?
I checked him about it. Why is this on my car? Who put this here? And he said, I put it for your safety. I need to make sure that you good when you go out of here. Your phone, you always leave your phone behind.
So, Mr. Bale, did you put a GPS tracker on your girlfriend's car without her knowing?
I did. I sure did.
And Ms. Green, you submitted a photo of the GPS tracker you said he put on your car. Let me see that.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay, there it is. Right there for the whole world
What?
to see. Well, not really the world because it was hidden, but she could see it. She found it. Interesting. Okay, so Mr. Bale, why did you come into court today and tell me that you showed up where she was getting her oil changed just because you thought she might be thirsty and that you knew her pattern, so she showed up with food and you stopped cooking dinner when you know good and well you were tracking her and you knew where she was going?
That's not all true. I did just show up for the thirst reasons when she was getting her oil changed. I did show up for that. That's the truth. Everything I said has been the truth.
You were tracking her on other days. Well, everything you said has been the truth, but you omitted a big part of the case, which is you had a GPS tracker on her car without telling her. So so that would indicate to me, sir, that you put a tracker on her car because you want to know where she's going, and then you know where she's going because you're popping up where she is.
But here's the thing. So you're looking at it just a tad too deep, y'all. I'm not wanting to know where she's going. It's for her safety. You know it's crazy out here, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. I just want to make sure that she's safe at all times. That's it. That's
So
it.
why didn't you tell her
Because
that you
I
were
Why
know she
tracking
would have
her?
tripped about it. She would have tripped about it, and she would have thought that I did it for other reasons versus it just being for her safety. That's it. That's it.
Okay, because why do you say he was tracking you, Miss Green?
I feel that he did that to try to secure himself, his manhood, to see if I was with somebody else or talking to somebody else. That's the main reason why he put the GPS on there, Your Honor.
And were you talking to anyone else?
No, not at all. No.
Now, Mr. Bell, you have a countersuit for $1,500, and I understand that your countersuit is for invasion of privacy. You say she also invaded your privacy. What is that
Yes,
about?
sir. She been all into my journals, man. Journals are private. I go to my journals to vent things I can't talk to her about. I write down. So that's my secret, my safe place. And been all into my journals, man. Reading pages 1 through 200. She's reading everything.
How do you know she read your journals?
She just happened to say quotes and stuff that I have in my journal, just real specific, like down to the words. And I just that's when it started to click. It's like, all right, she been dipping in my stuff just a little bit too much.
Miss Green, were you reading his journals?
He keeps saying I violated his privacy by quoting his journal, and that's not the case at all. I didn't read his journal. I wasn't going to his journal. I actually heard him. Okay, outside of our apartment, it was like around midnight one night, and I heard footsteps. So I like stopped, and then I heard his voice, and he said this quote, and it was like, even wolves get tired, trying to pretend to be sheeps. So then later on, when I saw the exact quote in his journal, I then realized that I wasn't tripping, that he
So you
actually
did look
was
in his
watching
journal.
me for
Okay,
reference
okay, Miss
because I seen
Green.
that on social media.
Right, right.
Sir, you brought a witness with you today. What is her name, sir?
Yes, my new girlfriend, Miss Alicia Powers, Your Honor.
Okay, Miss Powers, are you here with us?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you been listening to the testimony in this case thus far?
Yes, Your Honor, I have. And respectfully, Tasha is crazy. She's crazy. Tasha is insane. I mean, she knows where Marcus works, right? And she claims that she coincidentally shows up to his gym. And his gym, she know it's like right around the corner from where they used to live. She shows up, interrupts his private session with a client, and to top it all off, she sent screenshots to my hair salon's page. And she
Wow.
sent these private DMs between Marcus and I. And
So hold on a second. You're saying that Miss Green is showing up, and you're a personal trainer, right, Mr. Bell?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you're saying that she's popping up, showing up at the gym where he works. For what reason are you saying that she's doing that, Miss Powers?
I think she's gone obsessive, Your Honor. I think she's obsessed with him. I think that's what it's turned to.
Miss Green, did you show up at Mr. Bell's gym? Did you pop up there?
Coming up,
You're into women empowerment now. That's what we're
Just watch
calling
your
it.
back. That's all I was saying. After I found out what I found out, I was coming to check him. Yes, I did. But I didn't just pop up like how he did with the Gatorade at the dang on oil change place. So it wasn't one of those type of situations.
Yes, you did.
Girl, bye. Girl, bye.
Ms. Green, did you show up at Mr. Bell's gym? Did you pop up there?
I did not pop up there. I did show up there because I needed to have some answers. I needed some clarity. After I found out what I found out, I was coming to check him. Yes, I did. Yes, I checked him. But I didn't
Okay,
just
and
pop up like how he did with the Gatorade at the dang on oil change place. So it wasn't one of those type of
Yes, you
situations.
did.
Girl, bye. Girl,
okay,
bye.
and Mr. Bell, you say she popped up, and he obviously told you that she showed up there, and then you said, "Tell me about the message you got. Your salon got a message from her."
Yes, Your Honor. So there were these private messages between me and Marcus, and somehow she screenshot it. I don't know how she got it. She's obviously logged into his account as well. And she sends a screenshot to my Instagram page for my salon, thinking I guess she's gonna embarrass me or send it to some other client to ruin my business. It's gone this far and it has to stop. She's obsessed.
You're nobody obsessed with him.
So, Miss Powers, she sends a message to your. Do you have the message, by the way? Did you submit it to court?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay, let me take a look at the message you say she sent to the salon. Because I was the one to understand this. You say she's screenshotting messages between the two of you. She still has access. So she's reading messages between the two of you. Somehow you find that out. And then she sends a message to the salon. And it says,
Yes.
"Hey, just thought you should know Marcus has a type. Says the same sweet things to everyone in the DMs. Might want to double check your private convos. Would hate for you to be next on the copy paste list. Stay glowing though." Ms. Green,
That's
did
it.
you write that?
That's it. That's all. It was just another woman empowering another woman saying, watch your back. That's all I
Oh, so
was doing. Watch your
you're into women empowerment now. That's what we're
Just watch your
calling it?
back. That's all I was saying. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, sisterhood, right? We stick supposed to stick
Yeah.
together. So all
No,
I was
no, no,
doing was
no.
just saying,
Oh,
he moved
okay.
weird. Watch your
She
back.
she unsent the message that she screenshot, and followed up was that message that she sent just there that you saw.
So, Miss Green, why are you continuing to read messages between Mr. Bell and Miss Powers when the two of you have broken up?
That's right.
Exactly, because he the one has access to remove that feature even after I broke off the relationship. That's what she don't understand. And I broke up with him. Okay. So I was the prize and I left. And the thing is that he still has that sign in on the iCloud. So I'm still getting his messages. So since I seen it and he want to talk all this game, I said, okay, let me tell you the real sis. That's all I was doing. And I was like, boom, letting you know, and I'm gone. So I sent it. I seen she seen it and I took it away. That was it. It wasn't nothing more intended on that.
But how about we just sign out of each
Okay.
other's
Yeah.
accounts, okay?
Yeah.
And no,
Like,
I
he
don't.
need to
Hey,
remove my
Mr.
I can
Bell,
sign
Mr.
out.
Bell, let me say something to you, Mr. Bell. You need to be quiet. This all started when you decided to put a GPS tracker on her car. Why? Because you thought she might be doing something, and because you've been hurt in the past, you don't trust people, so you're going to get out in front of it and try to watch her to try to catch her before something happens. Because somehow you think you're protecting yourself when it's really fear, and that fear is ruining your relationships. So now, Miss Powers, hold on a second.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Miss Powers, you're watching all of this go down. You're listening to the testimony here today. I'm just trying to understand. She's popping up at his job. She's sending you messages on social media. Do you not say to yourself, you know what, maybe I need to give this some time for this relationship to really simmer out before I just jump into relationship with Mr. Bell? How do you feel about all of this?
I honestly, I think both of them are unstable. But to be honest, I just feel like she took him for granted. I mean, why was he feeling the need to follow her in the first place? There must have been something that she's not telling. I think that it's her who's just obsessed and not over him. I think he's done with her and she needs to see that.
How are things in your relationship with Mr. Bale now?
I love Marcus. I believe the relationship with us is different this time because Tasha didn't appreciate him. Okay, I know how to. I'm emotionally available, and he's a real man. I appreciate a real man when I know one when I see one, and she did not. So I know that I love him, and
So you
Tasha
think
just
things will be
didn't.
different with you? You think things will be
I
different with
do,
you?
I do, I
Okay.
do.
Okay. Actually, I appreciate you coming to court because the message that she sent and the information about her showing up at his job added some clarity to the case. So thank you very much for being here. Mr. Bell, you submitted a social media post, a story that you wanted me to see. You said it's proof that she was looking at your journals. Did you submit that to court, sir? You submitted a social media post, a story that you wanted me to see. You said it's proof that she was looking at your journals. Did you submit that to court, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'd like to take a look at that now. Okay, so this is what you said you wrote in your journal, and she posted on her social media exact quotes. Those words were something that you wrote previously in your journal as proof that she was reading your journals, which
Correct.
she
Yes, Your
admits
Honor.
that she was reading.
Mhm.
Okay, and I don't know what any of this means. I don't know what that means, but I do know this. You're suing for $2,500 because he put a GPS tracker on your car. You're suing for invasion of privacy because you say that she trespassed against your property by reading your journals and posting about them on social media. And Miss Powers came in today because she wanted to support your testimony. And the real issue, though, between the two of you, it isn't the spying, the tracking, the posting. It's the fear that drove it all. You know, a lot of people, they get into relationships, and we all have things from our past, right? That we bring into new relationships when we meet other people. But Mr. Bell, you started this. You started it with not telling her. You said you were doing it for her safety. You were doing it for your safety because you were trying to protect yourself, trying to protect your heart. You don't want to be hurt again. So you think you're going to get out in front of it, right? But that fear, what's happening is that fear is not protecting you. What it's really doing is poisoning your perspective. You turned into a private investigator. You didn't find anything because there was nothing there to find. But you ruin your relationship because now she knows she can't trust you because you don't trust her, but you'll go to great lengths to try to find out what she's doing when you're not around. So that's what started it. And then Ms. Green, you matched that energy. You followed suit. Want more? Get weekly insights on the law, love, and real life sent straight to your inbox. Join my community at judgefaithjenkins.com. Subscribe to me on YouTube at judgefaithjenkins and follow me everywhere, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So you're both trying to beat each other to heartbreak, but in doing that, you created it for yourselves. This is one of those times the relationship did not work out, but now you're in court. You want to sue for invasion of privacy. You want to countersue, but I'm going to dismiss both of your claims. You're going to have to chalk this up to a life lesson and learn when it's over, and you move on. And Miss Powers, I know you're still here. I know you're still listening. I've heard this many times. When somebody shows up to a new relationship and they have these patterns, these history, because people lie. They say what people want to hear, but their patterns don't. People lie, their patterns don't. And people don't change because they meet somebody new and they're going to change for this person. They change. Mr. Bell, don't shake your head. It's time for you to listen and not talk. And I'm just warning you, Miss Powers, because the next thing you
Thank
know,
you.
2 days down the road, he's going to be telling you where you are and you're trying to figure out how he found out. Well, now you know because of this case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So there's no money judgment on either side. I'm dismissing it. And I wish all of you the best of luck. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.